Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode on my modded Minecraft Season 3. I almost said vanilla. From my perspective, it's actually been a couple of months. Well, not a couple of months. A little bit over a month since I was last on here. Or more accurately, since I last recorded. As such, I don't know which machines I had. I think I had everything already set up then. Because I think I was working on making this thing. I don't remember exactly. And so we've got this igneous extruder that's the top tier with all the augments. Or as close to the top tier as I could get. This thing that still hasn't gone through its first full ingot because that's the way the power and fuel is set up. And of course most of this. I've put up some sugarcane because, well, you've seen in my inventory one of the things that I needed paper for. Also, I went ahead and threw up some nether wart, and I made a brewing stand, and I forgot that you can get them in roguelike dungeons. That's how long it's been since I've been on here. But I crafted up some night vision potions. We might need them later. Actually, hang on, the volume feels a little high. Oh, yeah. The last couple of times I've actually been in here, I load it up for a couple minutes and fiddle around. But I haven't really done a whole lot, except for in the last 24 hours or so, give or take. So I've also upgraded all of our item duct here to the impulse item ducts, which goes a lot faster. Got that set up. I don't think I had this all set up when I last was here. Basically, it uses the hardened fluid ducts to pull the fluid out into the casting basin. It hardens, and then it automatically pulls it into the chest. It's a way of doing it if you don't have Ender IO, or if you want to do it without using Ender IO. I don't think those are cheaper, though. Fluid ducts. Yeah, maybe. Just Invar and hardened glass. Anyway, you may have also noticed there's a whole bunch of little waypoints all around the place. And I've been trying to decide where I want to put the actual permanent base. We're about 3 minutes in. This is the first place I was thinking about. And then I've also... Let's see if I can find which one it is. Ah, this one. I saw this little ravine, and I was thinking, that's actually something I'd had an idea to do a long time ago and never did. Possibility of maybe a ravine base. We're not going to go to all of them because I think I've gone ahead and scratched a lot of them off. But, yeah, I was thinking this would actually be a pretty cool place to have the entrance. Maybe, I don't know, either leave the meteor in place, perhaps, which I was actually surprised because they say you have to dig out and to find the ones that are buried. This one's exposed, which I thought was also, I also thought was a pretty neat thing. And I've explored the caves around here a little bit, but that's a possibility for our future base. Although... Since then, I've also... which one was it? Let's see, that's the one. 5. Say 4, 5. This way. I was strongly considering... uh-oh. Gotta wait a minute. Better land. Yeah. That didn't help. Come on, can I have my chunks back, please? I would really like to have my chunks, please. The game is saying no chunks for you. Oh well, we'll fly anyways. That forced it a little. I was looking at Site 1 and I was thinking, yeah, I kind of like it, although I'm not sure because of the way things are configured around it. Site 5 was the other major one. It's kind of, I do kind of like this one, but then, let's see if I can find it. Ah, there it is. I went ahead and located an end portal, which we'll get to here in a little bit. Because I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Another meteor. I already have all the presses, so I don't really need to go into any more of those. But yeah, as you explore, you'll find more. Let's see. End portal. I was looking around, and when I came over here, I was actually surprised, very surprised pleasantly when I came out of the little hole in the ground that I dug. What I usually do in modded after I locate the end portal is I just dig straight up. And I was looking, and this is almost perfect, actually. It's not next to spawn, because I've done lots of stuff at spawn before. And it's not actually necessary. Although, I will admit, I'm kind of unusual in that I usually do mark spawn on the put a waypoint. There's also a village nearby, so if I need any villagers for whatever they volunteer for. And I did explore this roguelike, and no, as far as I can tell, there is actually, that was the game, and it's not the recording software, it was doing that earlier anyways. None of the tunnels themselves for the roguelike actually reach over there. And there is a mine shaft that goes between the two. I think we could make something really interesting with it. So I'm thinking what I might do is go ahead and use this as our final thing. But yeah, down there. Find which button it is. But yeah, right here is our little end portal. Wasn't terribly concerned with lights because, well, you don't need them on peaceful so much. Can I place a torch there, please? Thank you. In fact, I actually haven't explored this whole thing. I just ended up, I located it using the map and then I kind of bored a hole through. I think I came in over here somewhere. Yeah. Anyway, let us go back to base and go retrieve. Well, actually, we don't technically. Well, let's go ahead and go back to base first because I want to go over a couple of other things. Or, not really base, but spawn. Because part of what I was doing was I was trying to think about what I would need and started crafting some stuff up for there. Also, yeah, the natural terrain generation had the same idea I did. He tuck it in between the hills, nice and neat. If this wasn't here, I think this would have been my spot. So, yeah. They had the same idea I did. Anyways, let's go back to spawn. One of the things with the wireless crafting terminal mod, if you don't change the setting, which it is changed in most FTB packs, when you have wireless crafting terminal installed, your ME controller acts as a chunk loader. So you don't technically have to load that chunk, the chunks nearby. I'm not sure how far of a radius it is, but it does keep itself loaded. It's just so that you can access it, since with the Infinity Booster card you can access it anywhere. Anyways, some of what the other stuff that I'd been up to, I went ahead and crafted enough for another small big reactor, same size as the one that's buried back here. But so I don't have to dismantle that one right away. And of course we've got our potions. I have ender. Let's see what else. The other thing too is I've been working on all of my tools here. I've added soulbound to everything now. I swapped out the shovel and the axe head for alumite on here, And I've also done a lot of digging and added unbreakable. So this is unbreakable and this is unbreakable. The sugar cane was because I made a paper shuriken originally with 5 modifiers and made it unbreakable from the beginning. I figure because we're on peaceful, it's going to be a lot harder to get the experience for for killing things. It's harder to level it up here. Which actually is why I made a safari net for an auto spawner, so later we can make some cows and maybe level it up. It's not 100% necessary to even have a ranged weapon. 90% of the time I don't really need the sword either because, well, we're on peaceful. But I made it unbreakable, and then I've been swapping around the different blades, experimenting to see, because it kind of ties in with something else I was wanting to do. All of our Tinker's tools have soulbound on them currently because, well, you never know. But I was also thinking, might want some armor. And the way this pack is set up, basically your best bet is diamond armor. And there's that annoying trait. And 1 diamond helmet. With no enchants. Because we don't really need them. And I was going to leave those boots here. We can fly, but... yeah, we're 11 minutes in. I think we can do it in less than 10 minutes. The shuriken primarily is for like when the dragon's not landed, and also to take out the ender crystals, so I don't have to be like standing on them. This shouldn't take very long. It's probably, depending on how well we do with our weapon of choice here, it could take a little bit less longer, it could take a little more long. Because it's not leveled up, I don't have any modifiers, so the attack is really poor with it. I know if you level it up, ow, I apparently shot myself with it. I do know if you level them up, you can get it to be pretty strong. But since we're not on a difficulty that it would be a thing, we can't really do that. I know it's strange, but I marked the actual portal itself rather than the stronghold. I think some people would mark the stronghold. Ow. Alright, let's activate our portal. Let's go through. Whoops. And give it a shot. Hardest part is aiming these things. Come on. There we go. Just a little more. Yeah, we're never going to hit that dragon. Fortunately, we can fire a gajillion of these things. Uh-oh. Come on. The advantage to this is that we don't actually sit in it. Yeah, it doesn't. Those don't do much. You know what? Ow. Ah. let's go ahead and grab some of this. Just because. I do have dragon tweaks in here, so this is the only way to get a dragon egg too. There's something about the way the loot system works in 1.9 and above. It used to be you could set your dragon mounts mod to allow finding dragon eggs in dungeon chests. Just spam the bejesus out of this thing. There we go. Elytra, Infinity Booster. Now, this is going to be a little trickier to get because of the whole, if I right click on it, it'll actually hatch the egg instead. Let's see. So, we're going to have to do this a little differently, because normally I would just tap the egg and then go and grab it from wherever. Put you away, you away, you away, and you away. Alright, do we have any spare pistons first and foremost? No. We are going to have to craft a piston, and we'll need some junk blocks, whatever. And a lever or a button, which we happen to have a few of. Alright, let's see. Place that over here. And now we have a dragon egg. Oops, wrong button. Alright. And that part is done. Let's go ahead and, even though I know it's supposed to be 0, 0, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the map. Exit. Because, well, that's how we get out. With the waypoint system, I was thinking about it, and I don't know if I ever said anything, but in this particular version of there's our starting platform. In this particular version of this mod pack, there's no extra dimensions added. Resonant in stone. Uh-oh. So you use that, actually, uses, you can get ender dust out of it, or you can get resonant ender out of that. But that should do it for this episode. Yeah, I don't have Silk Touch, so I have no idea where those ended up. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, this episode got a little bit longer than I was expecting it to. Let's go through the portal. The end. Yes. Yes, we did. The primary reason why this is a 1.10 pack instead of a 1.12 pack is simply because Dragon Mounts hasn't updated for 1.12. I'm going to hold off on hatching our dragon because I want to do some testing in a creative world first. Because it's also changed how the eggs are handled, and I'm not quite sure how it's going to work in this case. I've been going ahead and collecting those for our new place as well. Yeah, in any event, yeah, world spawn's like right over here. Yeah, that's the other thing I did. I covered this up because I was using it as a tree farm to upgrade this thing. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do be sure to hit that like button. And if you really enjoyed it, then do be sure to subscribe. And you can subscribe by clicking my little Minecraft guy's face on the screen. And you can check out some of the other videos of mine as well. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.